What's going on, Buff Nation? Welcome back to another show. The boys are back at it again. Landed another one from the portal, like we thought, potentially landing themselves a 5-star dog from the portal. And apparently, bat signal is out and about. They ain't done yet. They ain't done. And we ain't done here because we got to roll the intro. Yes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe on the way to 10,000 subs. Thank you. All right, let's dive right into it today. Big time pickup on the offensive line. And the Michigan State guy, we talked just yesterday about Derek Harmon, the number one available defensive line, also for Michigan State. I'm wearing green today in honor of what was Michigan State. It's their funeral because clearly they're going to have nobody left come next season. But that's another conversation for another day. Ethan Boyd, offensive tackle. What I love about this pickup, again, people are going to hate on it. They always want the big time splash. 6'7", 325 is all you need to know. It's all you need to know. Just sheer size. Played all 12 games last year for the Michigan State Spartans at offensive tackle. You can see his progress over the last 2 years. We know what Colorado has brought in for the offensive line. I love this pickup here. The depth continues to grow on the offensive line, and it is something that I keep just smashing the button on. The depth is important, but most importantly, I believe in the trenches where you want to develop. These things take time. It's much harder to transition these offensive linemen. So if you can continue to stockpile these guys on the offensive line, which they are, that offensive line is starting to look extremely young. There is obviously some veteran experience in there as well, too, with the guys that come in that you will see play this coming season. But what is this telling you? Why should this excite you if you're a Buffs fan, right? Because they're building an offensive line to build the Great Wall of Lewis, for Julian Lewis, that is, okay? Build it up, stock it up, letting Julian Lewis know, hey, you ain't got to worry about a thing, baby. You're going to have all day. You can do your taxes, tie your shoes, and then sling a couple tutties when you get some free time on your hands, okay? That's what you're telling me here. This should fire you up. Go look at any SEC team. What do? They build in the trenches. That's where it starts. And this is exactly what Colorado is doing. Everyone wants to laugh, make fun, point. That's fine. It is what it is. Let them have it. Okay? But if you got trenches, like I've said time and time again, cornerbacks, wide receiver, running back, no, it doesn't. There's plenty of them out there to pick and plot from schools. You can do what you need to do out there. You go get yourself some trenches. You build that bad boy up. You go get you a generational quarterback. Okay? And the rest is history. All right? I'm just letting y'all know. I'm just a little insight to the blueprint here. Take with what you will. Do with what you want with it. It's up to you. I'm just letting you know the facts here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Love this pickup. Again, not a big splash. Not going to be probably a day one contributor right off the rip for 2024. That's not what we're here for. And also, too, this speaks to like this person's understanding. I'm coming for the potential. I'm coming for the future, not to be right now. And it's something that obviously the Buffs have been experiencing, people leaving because they're not going to be the guy. So working on some cultural changes too. It's just ebbs and flows here going into season 2 for the Buffs. But let's talk about the 5-star. This is where things get interesting. This is where things start to juice up. Again, this doesn't necessarily feel this is going to be a guy I think that wants to play today. Ton of offers coming in for Jacoby Matthews here. 5-star, wants 5-star safety. There's a pretty cool clip on YouTube, Uncut Raw, Jacoby Matthews. Go check it out. Just kind of watching him at one of their like camps, just to get a little bit of a better feel of who Jacoby Matthews is, how he carries himself, whatnot, what have you. This guy's an absolute dog. Okay, 6'2", 225. I think they have him labeled as a cornerback. I think he's 225. I think they have him labeled as a cornerback. 215, excuse me, on 247 or on 3. But he did play safety at Texas A&M, which we'll dive into here in just a moment. Again, 5-star coming out of high school. That Texas A&M defense, little wishy-washy last year, complete transformation headed into this season. I was even taking a look at some A&M. I watched some film, but A&M shows to get their take, to get their thought and their opinion about this news of Jacoby Matthews. Like, how does the fan base feel? And it was kind of a little bit mixed emotions, right? You had some people thinking the sky is falling. Some people were trying to cope with it, saying that there's depth there. Ultimately, what I think you can take away was this is a pretty big, important piece that A&M is losing, and it's going to be a huge contributor to whatever team he lands on. Something else to keep in mind for those of you that don't know, he can't go to another SEC school. So you're not competing with Georgia's, Alabama's, right? You are competing with Ohio States and the Michigan States, which I think they have all reached out, the Michigans and whatnot. but that's just some, again, little insider information in case you did not know that. Now, here, let's take a look at his PFF score, which we always love to do. I'm actually going to pull it up over here. He ranked 255th overall out of safeties. Again, as a sophomore, mind you. Played his freshman year, played his sophomore year. Coverage grade overall 80, ranked him 90th. So his coverage grade is really where he excels. It's the pass rush grade, which brings it overall grade down. His run defensive grade brings him down with a 53.2. Again, I felt like maybe his open tackle probably could work on that a little bit. It wasn't horrible from some of the things that I watched. Could see him probably slide into that nickel a little bit. Played for safety, 206 snaps last year, 125 in the box. That's probably where he got eaten up a lot. Put on a few more pounds. Again, that's probably where they try to throw him into that nickel position, get some more tackles, ate him up a little bit. That's going to take a little more development. But overall, I think what you see here on this paper should excite you in SEC play with a team that wasn't that exciting. So that kind of take that into consideration as well. But overall grade was 72.7 as a true sophomore, mind you. And again, draft eligible year is 2026. But like I said, I don't think he comes to Colorado to be the second in charge. So how does that going to work out with that safety room, which is a pretty healthy and thick safety room? It's going to be very interesting. But I got to believe these conversations are like, look, you're going to come and be fighting for a spot. I think you got talent to get it done here at Boulder. It's going to be interesting to see. I would love to see him teamed up with Shiloh and that group. And I think if he does come in, he's going to be fighting for that 1-2 spot without a shadow of a doubt in a healthy, competitive way. And look, if you are Jacoby Matthews, you've got to think like that. Why is he running away from Texas A&M if he's so good? Look, you're just a completely new landscape over there at A&M. They got a new defensive coordinator, and I can't think of his name off the top. He's from Florida. He was the linebacker coach there. They got a new head coach as well. So a lot of changes, a lot of different moving pieces over there. So maybe it doesn't work out with the scheme. A lot of reasons why these kids could be leaving, but a lot of schools are also reaching out for good reason because of his talent and what he brings to the table. So another one to keep an eye on, another one to watch. Now, the bat signal was called. After all this news was dropped, after the offensive lineman was dropped, the news was dropped on the offensive lineman, this is when we got the bat signal, which means there's more to come, which we knew there would be, right? This was never going to be a question of if more were going to come. We got some space, got to fill it up. He's dropping out. He's got everybody fired up. Take a look at the, let's read the tea leaves. Step in my office here. Not one, not two, not three, not four. Four buffs. Last time we did this math, there were 6 question marks. There were 6 eyeballs. We ended up getting six guys. That's how it worked out. This was 4 buffs after the offensive line news. This was 4 buffs, I believe, after the Jacoby Matthews news. Because they beat Jacoby Matthews, Derek Harmon, the linebacker from Tennessee, Herring. Apparently, that is no longer on 3 reported today. That relationship has shifted. Looks like Virginia is making a move on the linebacker. So, not quite sure what happened. Is what it is. Old news. 5 for 6 out of that list that we had just a few weeks ago. So, counting them up here. 4 more buffs. Those are 2 predictions we have here. You know where you got to head to next. Go to the comment section. The comment section, I pray to God, none of us ever get caught cheating, because if you don't want to find out who did it, it's going to be the comment section that finds it. All right, they're Sherlock Holmes, if I've ever seen one. They've got pulse on the Buffs Nation like I've never seen before in my entire life. I got people in the comment section calling shit from like 2 weeks ago. Like it's like they've got the inside track. Like it's like they're talking to Coach Prime on a daily. You know what I mean? And they just come in the comments to let us know what's happening under user 625327. So we're not taking them seriously, but clearly they're dialed and locked in some way, somehow. They've got to figure it out. So scour the comments. They're wild. They go from left field to right field pretty quickly. But there's some good ones in there. There's some fun ones. They get rowdy. So you know what to do, boys and girls. Smash the like button, subscribe. Hope you guys are enjoying the content as usual. Keep the bell turned on, because like I said, who knows when these buffs are gonna come stampeding on through. Like what I did there? Oh, it works. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and love, baby.